We'll work on that, that's another.
I don't know either.
And then we have to hear a report from the chief of police, and that's the first time on smoking ban.
Yeah, I put that on the agenda because the mayor has been getting questions from people and bar owners with July coming around the corner. Wisconsin's statewide smoke-free air law is kicking in July 5th of this year. And so I passed out some handouts to you all, and you can read them. And just the highlights of it is, a question is, where is indoor smoking allowed? The ban on smoking does not apply in a private residence, a retail tobacco store, or tobacco bar in existence on June 3rd, 2009. So you can't open one up now, it's past that time. A room used as a residence by only one person in an assisted living facility or such a room in which all occupants have requested in writing to be allowed to smoke, and at tribal casinos or facilities, and it's due to tribal sovereignty provided under federal law. May indoor smoking areas be set aside? No. Act 12 repeals the authority of a person in charge of a building to designate rooms or parts of rooms as smoking areas. May local governments enact smoking ordinances? Yes, counties, cities, villages, and towns may enact ordinances, and school districts may adopt policies that, complying with the purpose of the law, protect the health and comfort of the public. Any such rule regulating or prohibited outside smoking in certain areas may apply only to public property under the jurisdiction of the governmental unit. So you can't set an ordinance for someone else, just city property. May businesses provide outdoor smoking areas? Yes, outdoor smoking areas may be designated by taverns, restaurants, private clubs, or retail establishments that are a reasonable distance from any entrance to the facility, so the customers, employees, and others associated with the business may smoke. A municipal smoking ordinance may not define the term reasonable distance, nor may it specify a minimum measured distance. So basically, if you're outside, they're reasonable. What is the penalty for illegal smoking? A person who smokes where it's prohibited is subject to a forfeiture of not less than $100 nor more than $250 for each violation. If the person in charge of a facility fails to take any required action to stop illegal smoking, he or she is subject to a forfeiture of $100 for each violation, but no more than one penalty per day.
I like that.
If the person in charge has not previously received a warning notice, then the law enforcement officer must issue a warning for the first violation in lieu of a citation. Who enforces the law? The person in charge of a facility is responsible for making reasonable efforts to prohibit persons from illegally smoking. For example, a bartender may not provide matches, ashtrays, or other smoking-related equipment and must take all the following steps: post warning signs or provide other appropriate notification, refuse to serve a person who is smoking in a tavern, restaurant, or private club, ask a person who is smoking to refrain from doing so, ask a person to leave if he or she refuses to stop smoking, and immediately notify an appropriate law enforcement agency if a smoker refuses to leave after being asked to do so. A person in charge may take other measures to prevent a person from being exposed to secondhand smoke. Sheriffs and municipal police may issue citations if they observe someone smoking where it is not permitted, or they may respond to citizen complaints when notified by the person in charge of the facility. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is also authorized to enforce the anti-smoking law. Any arrest or conviction for a violation of the law may not be considered in any action to revoke, suspend, or refuse to renew an alcohol beverage license or permit. And for more information, you can go to Brief 1-8, Wisconsin's Clean Indoor Air Act, and other smoking and tobacco regulations. And there's the website there.
I have a question.
Sure.
Will the state of Wisconsin or somebody prepare signs, the warning signs, and the other appropriate notification? Whose responsibility is that? Will they all be alike in every bar, like red and blue or pink and yellow? Or
I haven't been advised that it is. According to what I'm reading here, it just says the place is responsible. So I don't know if they'll be available.
how that would work?
Yeah.
Would that make some sense? Do you think that they would, by state statute? I don't know.
Who gets money?
Just like anything else, the citations, the majority goes out in court costs. The state gets some, and we get a small percentage.
So we don't have to adjust our budget for a big income influx.
No.
Dan, there was one other point that I thought I read, and maybe you don't know that either, and I could go to this website, but I thought the way it read, this law is to protect the employees, and that if the owner of the bar was behind the bar, smoking could be permitted. Is that, that's what I read, and
No, that's incorrect.
that is incorrect.
Incorrect, no. It doesn't make any difference, owner, or if it's a tavern, no smoking allowed.
Okay. Because I thought I had read that prior to Wisconsin passing.
I think that the motivating factor for that law has been statistics that show people who work for an extended period of time in places that smoke do have health problems, and it affects workman's comp rates,
Right.
et cetera.
And I thought I
So
had
I
read
think
that, but
that may very well be the motivating
The motivation is to
spirit
protect
behind
the
it, but
employee.
I don't think that means that non-employees can smoke.
Dan, is this going to go in the paper or anything like that?
I did hand it out to the
Okay, so
the
that
press.
people that,
All of them.
Dan, is there anything that we could do to make sure that when they have their smoking areas, that it's not like on the front, so the cigarette butts are all over our sidewalks? We want to have
According to the law, no, the municipalities can't define what a reasonable distance is.
But I think the municipality can have ordinances that prevent littering.
There you go.
There you
Can
go,
we
yeah.
prevent-
We'll push that so that they're not doing it
Yeah,
on the sidewalk in the front part of their buildings. If you want to have a smoking area,
yeah,
have it
and
behind or something.
we do already have a littering ordinance.
That's
so,
good. Yeah, good point.
Prior to this coming out, again, I think it'd be good if I draft up a letter requesting their cooperation in keeping Hurley beautiful by installing basically those big,
Well, I have another question.
Happens, you know?
Can the bars themselves, say I'm Iron Horse Inn, and I put a sign in my window or a sign outside that says no smoking within 25 feet of this building?
yes, they
They
can.
can do that. How does that affect it if that 25 feet extends over in front of Horse's Corral?
Well, the way I read this, the bars and businesses themselves are permitted to designate a smoking area outside. Now, that's going to have to be on their property if they're
Okay,
designated.
right.
If it's not on their property, then they can't designate it as one, so they wouldn't be allowed to do that. Just like they
Okay.
couldn't designate
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
They can designate it.
on their property.
They can't.
And that raises the question, is the sidewalk, the public sidewalk?
Well, that was my other issue, that if we could do an ordinance that there will be no smoking on Hurley sidewalks.
I would say the city could have,
That's,
that's city property, because
yeah.
the law does state that the city can enforce it on city property.
I don't see this as being a huge issue.
Oh, but you haven't been in
That's
areas where,
I have gigs in condos, and I'll tell you what, most of the folks I see now smoking in the condos, I'll go outside.
no, I'm talking, Don, about walking through it to get into a place, because they're all gathered out in front of the front door. What, And plus the-
They'll be gathered
If you get out of your
Behind.
at the back door.
well, the cooks are already, and the waitresses.
So I guess what I'm saying is I can see a real problem with smoking out.
Oh, I can see it, a lot of it out on that sidewalk. There's a bar in Duluth
You
that,
don't want them loitering around smoking, but if a person is walking from their vehicle to Giovanni's, the worst you get them for littering if they start throwing the cigarettes on the ground, but
But again, I think
I don't think you can.
that'll all work out fine, but, you know.
well, we can always adjust our ordinances as we need to.
Let's look at this.
Yeah.
It'll take some bending, I think, along the
As
way.
long as we get started on it now, we should have all the answers by July.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Wisconsin started out with their Clean Indoor Air Act, and now this one was the final, like, cap onto that.
I think we got a good start on it, we should be good to go.
Okay.
Think so?
Thank you.